Connie Britton has starred in some of our favorite TV shows, including Nashville, of course, Friday Night Lights. Well, now she's taking on her most vulnerable role yet in Bravo's Dirty John.
Yeah, the true crime drama sees Connie's character, Debra, dating a man not everybody approves of, including her own daughter. Take a look.
We should put a tracking device on the car.
Veronica.
Why are you laughing at me? Don't laugh at me. It's not funny.
Well, sweetheart, a tracker on the car?
Yes.
What in the world for?
Because then you will know the actual deal and if he's telling the truth or not.
Okay, well, if that's gonna make you feel better about everything, then let's put a tracker on the car. You put the tracker on the car, okay?
There's something wrong with him. Do you not see that?
I know that's what you think. You've made it very clear. You've made it clear to me, and you've made it clear to John. We both know, Veronica, that that's what you think.
Ooh, Connie Britton, good morning. Your daughter saw it, but you didn't. Wow. This is an interesting story, something that you are so passionate about. You're the executive producer on, right? Tell us a little bit.
I first of all, this was originally a series of articles in the LA Times, and it became a podcast.
It's a real true story.
It's a true story that just happened a couple of years ago, and people were just gripped by this podcast. It was so well done, and I was too. And one of the things that interested me so much was how this woman, Debra Newell, really, to me, I saw so many women in her because I think the way that she's been sort of imprinted by all of the different things in her life affected how she made the decisions in her life. And this story gives us a chance to see 3 generations of women and the things that have impacted their decisions. And it's fascinating.
Well, John does not turn out to be a good guy, and the show is called Dirty John. So I don't think I'm giving anything away, right?
So when we sort of know that at the outset, but we have to be careful not to just assume that everybody would know that at the outset.
Well, it's true, but I was going to say what's interesting about Debra is that she's not just some silly, gullible victim. She's a smart, successful woman who falls for this very charming person.
Yes, exactly. And the other part of this that's really interesting to me is just how easy it is to be conned by a con man, you know? And what they do is they just zoom in on exactly the most important things to you, and then they create a whole story around that. You know, a good con man is an exceptional manipulator.
Was there any part of you that said, I've been her, I've been that girl in my life at some point?
Thankfully,
no. You've
never. No. I'm happy to say, for the most part, I think.
Yeah.
You know, but I also know I've ended up talking to a lot of people who I've known for a long time who say, oh, I've never told you this before, but that happened to me.
Wow.
And you got to meet the real Debra many times. How did she feel about seeing herself portrayed on the big screen?
She's been she's been really just generous about it. And, you know, I think she has looked at telling her story as a way to help other women. And so she's been just very brave about it and, you know, really open-hearted.
You've had so many iconic roles, Connie. I mean, I feel like when I see you, I think, well, I first think of Nashville because I fell in love with that show. But when you walk down the street, what's the number one?
You came and visited us.
I loved it. What's the number one thing people say when they walk up and see you? First,
you know, it really depends. I have to say, and that always makes me so happy because, you know, to see the different characters that have really made an impact on people. But lately, a lot of it is 911.
Really?
Yes. A lot of people watch that show.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're always like, are you coming back to 911? I was like, well, I don't know. Nice to meet you.
We were just talking about the holidays. You've got a little one, and it's just Christmas time. It's just the best with the little ones.
It's so magical. And Yobi is 7 now, and it's just that perfect magic moment. You know, he still believes all of it, but also feels a little bit grown up. So he's really like focused in on all the things, all the holiday traditions, and you know his magic elf that comes at this time of the year. And oh, it's such a sweet moment. I want to just capture each one. You know?
We're so happy you're here, Connie.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming to see us.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Dirty John is produced by our sister company, Universal Cable Production, and airs Sundays at 10 p.m. on Bravo.